Hello students, my name is Emma Reed. I am an 8th grade math teacher and we are continuing our exponents in scientific notation unit today, and we are doing the lesson for day 30 called adding and subtracting with scientific notation part B, and our focus question for today is how do we add and subtract numbers given in scientific notation. So I'm going to encourage you to focus on my screen for your introduction/launch today because I've done something a little different with it. You can see that I've taken away our numbers. So we're going to practice a strategy today called Bleep, and the goal of Bleep is to take out the quantities and focus on what the words are telling us, and you'll see how it goes. We'll try it together. So for our introduction/launch, we're doing a problem called Old MacDonald's Massive Farm. So you're going to use the information in the table to answer the questions that follow. Be sure to explain your reasoning. So in the table you can see we have two creatures. We have humans and cows, and it gives us our estimated global population for both and the mass of one individual in kilograms for both. And our question is, which is greater, the combined mass of all humans on the planet or the combined mass of all cows on the planet? How much greater? Explain or show your reasoning. So before we talk about the quantities, just ask yourself, as we often do with 3 reads, what is this problem about? Or what's the story that we're reading here? So pause and think about that first. Now, once we've had some time to think about the story, and then also what the question is asking here, which is greater, the combined mass of all humans on the planet, or the combined mass of all cows on the planet, how much greater? You can explain or show your reasoning. We're going to do that once we get to the regular numbers, but for now, I'm going to replace our numbers with letters so that we can talk about them. Alright, so now we have 4 quantities, quantity A, B, C, and D. So take a moment and reflect, what kinds of numbers are A, B, C, and D? What are they counting or measuring? Pause and think. And once you've had time to think about what quantities these are representing, consider which numbers are related and how are they related. You can pause and think about that. And also, do you already know that some numbers will be bigger or smaller than others? Which quantity do you think will be the biggest? Which do you think will be the smallest, and why? Okay, so once you've paused and considered what those quantities will be, we're going to try out this problem with some smaller, friendlier numbers before we attack this problem with numbers in scientific notation. So pause. I'm going to replace these letters with smaller numbers. Okay, so consider these quantities. We have the estimated global population of humans is going to be 10 in this example, and the estimated global population of cows is going to be 2. The mass of one individual human is going to be 3 kilograms, and the mass of one individual cow is going to be 4 kilograms. So if we were still answering this same question, which is greater, the combined mass of all humans on the planet, or the combined mass of all cows on the planet, how much greater? How would you solve this problem using these numbers? And you can do this thinking in a Jamboard to the side. You can annotate with your Pear Deck or on a piece of paper at home. Pause, take as much time as you need to think through the problem with these numbers. And when you're ready, I'm going to give you our original numbers and you're going to attack the problem and ask yourself, will that strategy that you came up with these friendlier numbers help you as you solve this problem using numbers written in scientific notation? Alright, here are our scientific notation quantities. We have the estimated global population of humans is 7 5/10 times 10 to the 9th power. The estimated global population of cows is 1 3/10 times 10 to the 9th power. The mass of one individual human is 6 2/10 times 10 to the 1st power kilograms. And the mass of one individual cow is 4 times 10 to the 2nd power kilograms. Take your time, do your thinking, and show your answer in the blue box. All right, I hope that you were able to determine whether the strategy you came up with friendlier numbers helped you come up with a strategy for operating with numbers in scientific notation. Now let's move on together to your Explore section on slide B. On slide B, we have some celestial distances, and the problem is called a celestial dance. So use the information in the table to answer the questions that follow. Be sure to explain your reasoning. When you add the distances of Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars from the Sun, would you reach as far as Jupiter? Pause and think about how to answer that question. And if it helps you, use friendlier numbers first to come up with a strategy, and then attack the numbers in scientific notation. All right, once you've answered that question, we'll move on to the next part of our Explore section, which is slide C. On slide C, we have a continuation of the problem, a celestial dance. You're going to still use the information in the table to answer the questions that follow. Be sure to explain your reasoning. Add all the diameters of all the planets, but not the Sun. Which is wider? All of these objects side by side, or the Sun? Pause, do your thinking. Make sure you focus on a strategy and understanding the problem first before you start operating. And once you've had time to think and show all of your reasoning in the blue rectangle, we'll move on to our Summarize section on slide D. So today, to summarize, you're going to record your response to the focus question, how do we add and subtract numbers given in scientific notation? You can use the space on the right to record any notes that you want to remember from this lesson. I hope you enjoyed doing the routine Bleep with me, where we practiced looking at problems while ignoring the quantities to make sure we deeply understand them before we come up with a strategy. And enjoy your day.